Come on in, come on in, come on in. All geeks are welcome in this space. Let's learn together and seek his face. I'm Lem Philyaw, aka Bad Gamer Elite, your host for the Sound Maiden podcast, sponsored by lifepromotions.org. God Games and Geekery gives us an opportunity every month to chat about the crossroads of our passions and our faith. I can't wait to learn and discuss with you. Guys, gals, everybody that's here, even your dog. If you got a dog that's listening right now, hello puppers. How are you? Cats, what's up? If you've got a reptile and an arachnid, bug, any bird, whatever. Hey, how you doing? I'm so glad you are listening with your human. Thank you for being here. Man, it is the 69th episode, and we are barreling ever so closer to Lifest 2023, you guys. Lifest.com. Go check it out. Lifest.com. It's this summer, July 6th to the 9th. When this comes out, it will be basically like 2 weeks away, and I am so excited. I am so stoked. Guys, we are going to be doing live podcast recording. We're going to be doing workshop. We're going to be doing devos. We're going to be doing the in-person arcade. The G3 arcade is back, and we have a bigger space. And we do have the tournament coming back that's sponsored by Clear Hits Radio. That's right, Clear Hits Radio. You know them. You love them. If you are in the, you know what? If you have access to this, you have access to Clear Hits Radio because they are an online radio station based out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Go check out Clear Hits Radio. They are sponsoring the Mario Kart 8 tournament, officially announced, a Mario Kart 8 tournament. We're going to have the signups that start next week. That'll be like the week of whatever the week after this is. But go check it out. They are sponsoring and we're technically having two tournaments. Let's put it this way. Because they are sponsoring what I am lovingly calling the Sweaty Tournament. Okay? So it's the Sweaty Tournament. It's for all you super uber competitive people, right? They are sponsoring the grand prize for that, which is a Valve Steam Deck. You heard me correctly, the Valve Steam Deck. Now, here's the deal. Some of you guys are like, well, it's Mario Kart 8. I like it, but I'm not sweaty. I'm not super competitive. That's fine because I have you near and dear to my heart because I am also not a competitive racer type person. No. So then we have the casual tournament where if you race, you're entered in to win a prize. It's a raffle. We'll be pulling something almost every hour that the lair is open. And we have a lot of Funko Pops. Those prizes are sponsored by Quake. So if you go to quakeevent.com, make sure you thank them for that. And we have a Funko Pops. We have some pins. We have some other things. You know what? I'm not going to give everything away. We're not going to talk about that just yet. But the G3 arcade is going to be live. Visit lifest.com. I'm so excited about it. This month, what have I been playing? Well, I most definitely, 1,000% have been playing Guild Wars 2. I absolutely love Guild Wars 2. I have been enjoying it so much. Now, some of my friends tried to get me to play World of Warcraft, aka WoW, and I was like, hey, that right there costs money, Jack. And so my friend Ryan, who's a very, very good friend of the ministry, he said, hey, you should try Guild Wars 2. If you're interested in WoW, but you don't want to spend the money, try Guild Wars 2. I said, okay. And I tried it, and I enjoyed it. And then one day I went to go down to play. I was streaming it on my own channel, and there was an email in my Steam account that said, someone has gifted you the 2 expansions to Guild Wars 2. And I was like, what? Ryan has gifted me the 2 expansions. And then this is a little while ago. I'm still not through the main story for my one character. I've got 5 characters. The one character is not done yet. And I went down just the other week I think it was last week. I was playing some Guild Wars. And, well, I got another email. And it said, Ryan has gifted you the newest expansion to Guild. Guys, I'm not even through the free part of this story. I am literally hundreds of hours into this game and have not finished the main story. Now, granted, I'm playing one character for God Games and Geekery, our Twitch, and then one character for my regular channel, my own channel, and then one character for me just playing by myself, trying to figure out how this all works. Well, I'm easily 150, 160 hours into this game, not knowing that I was doing that. I'm taking photos. It's so good. But now I have 2 more expansions in this game. Well, now 3 more expansions in this game to go through a whole story of. Plus, there's little bits and pieces in between. Oh, I'm loving Guild Wars. I've been going on and on about it. If you want to join the G3 Guild, we actually do have a guild on Guild Wars 2. You can join the guild, come in, join our Discord, do all the things. Join us for some great fellowship, hanging out, building the community while being geeky and running some stuff. All right. Let me talk about Overwatch for a second, you guys. I was streaming Overwatch quite a bit on my own personal channel. I love the lore. I love the characters. I love, the voice actors are fantastic, but Blizzard took away the one thing I was looking forward to the most. They took it away. They took it away, PvE, player versus environment, and I was upset. I was very upset. But then I thought, you know what? It's still a pretty game. I will play. I won't stream it because it just turns me into a person that I don't like when I am being viewed by someone else playing this game. So I don't stream it, but I do play with our friend Micah, our friend Bethany, and our friends Ben, and Jared and T-Dog. We play off stream, and I'm much better when I'm just hanging with them and playing. So I found my people that help keep me centered, so I can continue to play. But I was really upset about no PvE, and then I was like, okay, this last battle pass, I have 2,000 coins. I can get the next battle pass. If the next battle pass doesn't work out for me, I will stop playing Overwatch. Apparently, Overwatch has my phone, my everything bugged because the new season that came out recently, you can tell when I'm recording this if you know Overwatch. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I invested actual dollars into getting the pass that had a skin that I really, really wanted. That comes with the battle pass. It comes with more coins. So I'm in it for at least 4 more seasons of Overwatch because I have 4,000 coins. So 4 more seasons of Overwatch at least. I have been playing as well. Of course, I've been playing Fortnite. Yeah. Do I really need to go into it? Very much. I don't need to go. I've been playing Fortnite. The new season is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's got Optimus Prime in it. Man, I am digging that. But it's, again, I play that with friends mostly. I mostly play that with friends. I do play it with folks in the community on Thursdays when we stream on Twitch. And shout out to our crew out there that comes out and keeps me company. I did not keep track of how many hours of entertainment I had in gaming in May, but if I estimate 3 hours a day, there were some days I didn't play at all, but if I estimate 3 hours a day in May, I had 90 hours of gameplay. We are trying for 1,000 hours of gameplay that I enjoyed. Now, I know that I got more than 3 hours, but we're going to estimate 3 hours. And I want to try to keep track here in June how many actual hours, because I also play on my Steam Deck. And one thing I've been playing on the Steam Deck, oh my goodness, Disney Speedstorm. For those of you who love Mario Kart, Disney Speedstorm is what made me understand why people love Mario Kart. I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful game. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun with friends. I play with my friend Ed Placencia. He's been on the show. You know that. Tim Paulin, if you've ever been in the stream, you know Tim Paulin. Yeah, and I'm just really excited about it. I have had so much fun with it. And they're in a new racing season right now. It's a Toy Story themed racing season. Andy's room is beautiful. But I do more than just gaming. A lot of times my family and I we're a movie family. We're a TV show family. We love enjoying that type of media together. And I have been chomping at the bit for a movie that just came out recently. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Oh my goodness. Let's just say, I'm not going to give anything away, but I was so hyped and angry. I've never been so hyped or angry at the end of a movie ever. Absolutely love it. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I am so excited for that whole franchise. It's amazing. I can't wait to see what people do with it. I really would love to see a video game in that style. You know, we have the Spider-Man 2 coming out, but the Across the Spider-Verse would be great. What if they did an MMO, massive multiplayer online, Spider-Verse with all the Spider-Verse, all the Spider people? Oh my goodness. And then you can, oh my gosh. Okay, somebody get that to them and let them know that it was me and they can send me a copy. That's fine. All right. Oh my goodness, guys. This month, though, we're talking about, I really want to talk about branching out. All right. And not really being scared to branch out, not being scared to try something new as a geek. I never thought that I would love Guild Wars 2. I liked Guild Wars 1, but then I grew out of it. It really wasn't a thing. And I am enthralled with Guild Wars 2. I never was a racer. I really, maybe Burnout, but that was more crashing cars than anything. I never thought I was going to be a Mario Kart guy, but Disney Speedstorm found a way to make it happen. And I say that because this month, guys, this month you have National Take a Hike with a Geek Day, and I am not an outdoors guy. It stresses me out to be outside, out and about in nature. And I get to talk this month to the volunteer coordinator of Lifest, Miss Britta, and we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about it, which, hey, you're going to love her. She's fantastic. She's adorable. Let's go talk to Britta. Okay, I promised the most adorable person. If you're listening on audio, you can't see this, but the most adorable person that I get to work with. I'm sorry if you are in the office and you're hearing me say that and it's not you, because come on, freaking Britta. What's up, Britta? How you doing?
Hello, I'm good.
Oh
How
my,
are you?
I'm so good. We talked about this like last year, having you come on, and we've also talked about having you come on the stream.
Yeah, for 14.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Before we get into that, who are you? Let the people know who you are.
Okay. Well, my name is Britta. I'm a mom. I have 2 little toddlers, a boy and a girl. I have a husband. I work at Life Promotions. I'm the Lifest Volunteer Coordinator, which is super duper fun. I get to like interact with all of our volunteers for the festival, which is hundreds of them.
Yes.
So very,
like,
very people-filled role.
and we're not talking like 200, you guys. We're talking like 7, 8, 9, close to 1,000 some years.
Yes. So several hundred of people. Yeah, so it's very fun. I think last year was my first festival, and on the Wednesday, so the day before the festival, is when volunteer check-in opens.
Yes.
And I think on just Wednesday last year, I think I met 300 new people just on Wednesday.
Everybody loves Britta.
Yes. And I am like extremely extroverted. Like, I don't get tired of being around people. Like, that's not a thing for me. And even I, by Sunday, was like, yeah, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready for a nap.
Guys, if you think I'm extroverted, you really need to meet Britta. Seriously.
Yeah, I love people.
Like, oh my goodness. There are days when I'm like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta be in the man cave. I have the Fortress of Solitude here at the office. Yeah. And then the inner sanctum of the Fortress of Solitude was where I am now. But I very rarely feel the need to be alone. Yeah. Britta, let's put it
I know
this way.
It's good for me.
If my office is the Fortress of Solitude, Britta, tell people where your office is located in the building.
My office is basically like right inside the front door.
If you walked through the front door and just kept walking, you would walk into her office. It's so great. Oh man. I think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago. We had Jess on, and she surprised me of how much of a geek she was.
Oh yeah.
And then you come along. Tell people about your geek. What do you do? Like, what's your geek?
I don't know. I feel like I'm I don't know. I think I've considered myself kind of a jack of all trades type. I feel like I just like everything.
Yeah.
I feel like I love Marvel stuff. I've watched all the Star Wars movies, but I don't know as much. I feel like that's a little. There's so much to learn. So that one's too much. I kind of had to pick one movie lane. Yeah. But there's not enough room. But outside of like, I feel like I don't know, because like you say, like you can be geeky about anything. Like it's just whatever you're like super interested in. But I think a big one for me is like is the Bible, and I don't know if that sounds super nerdy, but I like truly just really love the Bible. I love learning like the historical context of stuff. I love learning about like all the different people and the time frames and stuff, because it's 66 books written over hundreds of years. Yeah. So there's so much context, there's so many cultures, so many people.
That's the thing.
Just so much.
It's not all, like a lot of people will think that the Bible is just, like you said, just one culture. And you have to fully grasp it, and I don't. But to fully grasp it, you have to understand so many different cultures over
so many things.
Thousands of years.
Yeah, so many things. Yeah, it's literally crazy, because even like obviously like the Old Testament is mostly about like it's about like the Israelites and like the Hebrew people and all of that, but like there's so many other cultures that even they interact with. And the Bible itself is written in 3 different languages throughout the whole thing. So like it's just a lot. It's translated into whatever language we're reading it in. And so like I just think all of that is like so fascinating. Yeah. Like it's like a never ending like fountain of information and things you can learn and know, which is just so cool to me that God wants to be known so much by us, that he like gave us this huge book with so much about him and about history and about ourselves and about like just like everything. Yeah. Like, I just think that is like the coolest thing in the world.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now you also are, I hear that you're a little bit of a board game nerd.
Oh yes. Well, I feel like I've kind of inherited board game nerdy things. Because of who I married. So my husband is a big video gamer. He prefers like desktop, like PC games over like handheld. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, console gaming.
Console gaming. Yes. So he plays a lot of like online games and that kind of stuff. And then board games. felt a little more like something I could join without being overwhelmed. We have a huge stack of board games in a very wide variety of things. And so that's been super duper fun because I feel like there's a board game for everybody.
Yeah.
There's board games that are like very simple party, like you can play with a lot of people, you can play by yourself, you can play with just 2 people, and then there's like all the way to like this game will take you hours to set up and understand before you can even start playing.
Yeah.
So and we've got, I feel like, a very wide variety of like all of that. So
and we're not talking like Monopoly or checkers or stuff here. We're talking like I know very little about board games, so I'm just gonna throw some out there that I know, like Settlers of Catan.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, I feel like Settlers is a good like introduction to strategy
games. Introduction?
I think so. I think Catan is kind of like a good introduction to strategy games as like a concept, because boy, they get way more complicated.
They what? Oh yeah, I'm out. I'm out.
Oh yeah,
It's
been super fun. Probably my favorite one to play is it's a card game technically, but it's like a deck building game. So you each have your own deck of cards.
All right.
That you purchase cards to add into your deck and play with and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so that one's called Dominion, and there's like a ton of different expansions.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's so much fun. We used to play it in college, like all the time with our friends. So we had the base game, and then one friend had a different expansion, and another one had a different expansion.
Oh, wow.
We'd all come together and play with all sorts of like stuff. And we would definitely like bend the rules. I think it's only designed for like a certain amount of people or whatever. But we would just like put in all of our stuff and have like these massive games.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
so
crazy
much fun.
sauce.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking up, what could we talk about? Because you're nerdy, you're nerdy and geeky about the Bible, and you know board games better than I am, than I do. And I was like, you're in this whole different world of geeky that I have no idea. And then I was like, what is it that, we could talk about? And it's like, if I talked to you about anything, it'd be like a whole journey. And I thought, wait a second, June 20th is Hike with a Geek Day. And this is coming out in June. So I was like, okay, all right. I'm gonna throw this out there. Hike with a Geek.
Yeah.
Britta, are you a hiker?
No. I feel like, so I went to college out in Virginia in the like Blue Ridge Mountains.
Oh my goodness.
And all of my friends liked hiking, and also all of my friends were like, my husband's was in the engineering department, he's an engineer. So all of our friends were also very geeky and whatever. But for whatever reason, they did like hiking. So I guess I did hike with geeks. But everybody goes so fast. And to me, hiking is just like going on a normal walk, but like a lot harder, because you have to like bring stuff, and you're going uphill and downhill, and like, I don't know, at least my friends, sometimes they wanted to go like for sunrise hikes, and so the first half of it, you're hiking in the dark, so that you can watch the sunrise at the top of the mountain. And I was just like, oh, thank you.
No. Also,
that's a no-go for me.
For those who are also doing the audio version of this, you heard Britta say, they walk so fast. Yes, she is about the size of her voice.
Yeah, I'm only like 5'2".
Oh my gosh. So hiking, I thought about it, and hiking with a geek, and like we say here, everybody's geeky about something. Mm-hmm. I am not geeky about the outdoors, but going on a journey is a hike, right?
Oh, it's a journey.
Yeah, it's a journey. So, and some people's journey with God looks different than others.
Oh yes.
Right.
And all of us have kind of our own journeys with God.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Talk a little bit more about that.
Well, I think we're all unique individuals, and God is never ending, and he made all of us. And so like he's such a personal God. Like he wants to know us individually as who we are, and he's able to like manage all of that, to have so many relationships with literally everybody. Like he made us to be unique and individual, and he'll meet us and be with us in the way that makes sense to us,
right?
And that we relate to him. So like for some people, like a lot of like I know I have a lot of friends that are very like intellectual, and so like they approach God in a very logical and rational way. I'm a super emotions-based person.
Right with you.
So, like, for me, I feel like a lot of my experiences and like when I feel close to God, or when I feel like I'm learning or understanding things about him, will have like more emotional connection. Like I like to sing worship songs, or that kind of thing. Like see beautiful, like make beautiful things. Like I don't know, or I'm not really like I don't like paint or anything, but like like in like appreciating beauty and that kind of a thing. But just more of the like emotional based side of things.
Yeah.
But and then there's like I don't know, there's all sorts of just different approaches to like how you spend time with God, or how you connect with him. I just think it's very cool.
Yeah, I've heard it said once that worship is honoring God. That's what it is. You're honoring God. So however you're doing that honoring of God, that's worship. So if we are playing games together and speaking on the word and telling folks how God has worked in our life, and we talk about that in the context of that game, whether it be video, board, sports ball of any type. I'm not a sports ball guy.
I mean, they're both sports balls.
Yeah, sports ball. I really feel that we if we honor God through that is that worship. If it's
and the Bible talks about that, like do all things for the glory of God, like whether you're eating or you're drinking or working or whatever, like all things can be done for the glory of God. Like, and when you think about like when God, like in Genesis, the creation of everything, like God made the whole earth, and he made Adam and Eve, and he gave them a job. They had work to do. They had things that they were handed things to do.
Yeah.
And all of that was going to glorify God. And you see a similar picture at what heaven is going to be like in eternity. Like we'll still have things to do. We'll still have jobs and like people to see and things to do and all of that. And all of it's for the glory of God. So just like it can be now. So like, whatever you're doing, if it is being done in a way that in your heart, that you can glorify God with doing that. That is not explicitly sinful. It is not making your conscience feel weird things or whatever. Like all things can be done for the glory of God. Absolutely. Whatever you're doing to do that way. So
Oh man, that's fantastic, Britta. Thank you for being here.
Yes,
I love it. I love that you took some time out of your day, guys. She took mom time. Okay,
it's nap time.
Yeah, the babies are sleeping.
Oh yeah.
So Britta took mom time to talk to us today. So, Britta, if people wanted to reach out to you and find out more about all this, where would they find you?
Probably the best way would be to email me. Maybe that sounds old. I don't know.
Yeah. No, email. No, I give my email out here all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, my email is just the letter B, Hinton, HINTEN @lifest.com.
At lifest.com, you guys. And if you're going to be at Lifest, make sure you say hi to Britta, and then you say, I heard you on God, Games, and Geekery. Do the thing, you guys.
Come chat with me. I'll be in the ticket tent most of the time.
Without a board game.
Without a board game. I have plenty of other things to
do. All right. Thanks, Britta.
Yes, thanks so much, Lem.
Oh my, don't you just love Britta? Oh, come on. You know you do. You guys, thank you, Britta, for being here. Thank you for hanging with us. Thank you for sharing your heart and your love and your geek for Jesus. I love it. Oh my gosh. Guys, the Bible says in the book of Matthew, chapter 25 to 34, hey, that is right there, the book of Matthew, chapter 6, 25 to 34. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I want you to keep this piece here. Okay. Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, or what you'll wear. Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. So, guys, as geeks and gamers, we see challenges, right? They test our skills and problem solving abilities all the time, like puzzles and how do I get to that finish line just a little bit ahead of Donald, right? Because he's so fast and so mean. Life gives us all kinds of obstacles and worries. But I want you to remember this. We find joy in beating the final boss, or finishing a battle, or finishing a battle pass even, right? And getting there can be rough. But Jesus reminds us not to be all caught up by worry in our journey. You know, we seek God's kingdom first and righteousness, and we can trust in him. And that allows us to focus on that plan, on that goal, on that moment that we're in, as well as the people we are with. Now, take a hike with a geek day. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to take a hike. But we can celebrate that idea of venturing into the unknown, right? Exploring where we haven't been. We could also take those opportunities to experience a new video game or a new board game that we're not familiar with. And while we're doing that, we can focus in on where God wants us to be, because we could be taking that hike, going into that board game, going into that video game like Ryan did with me with Guild Wars. And it can open doors to new relationships. I have found so many new relationships in the Guild Wars 2 community. And they've joined us in the streams and online and just chatting, right? We step outside those comfort zones. We can discover that joy, right, of learning and growing together and building the relationships, strengthening the bonds, and enriching the journey that God has set forth for us. So being that geek, being that believer, we are called to celebrate the creation of our God in those people that we're doing life together. So this month, what I want you to do is I want you to squad up with your fellow travelers, right? Knowing that even though the destination might not be our destination, but it's important to have that shared experience and the lessons that we have along the way in that journey. And then we can find that comfort in God's guidance while we journey together. Because we don't need to worry about it. God's got it. God knows the story. Hey, I'm so glad you joined us today. Thank you for joining us here. You can find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all as God Games Geekery, all God Games Geekery. On Twitch, we are God Games and Geekery. You got to write out the end. If you want to write a review, please write a review. I need to know. We need to know. All of us need to know what we can do to make this even better for all of us, for our community. All right? So take that time, write that review. Heck, if you want to just email me, you can email me, badgamer@lifepromotions.org. That's badgamer@lifepromotions.org. I would love to hear from you. Even if it's a, hey Lem, how you doing? This is how you've helped me, or this is how I can help you. Any of that stuff. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, I want you to remember this, that you are geeky and you are loved. And I need you, we need you, we all need you to leave people better than you found them.